Welcome to Kids Express Conversations. I'm so excited today to be sitting here with the wonderful Nuala. I know many of you would have seen Nuala and be totally captivated by the magic that she brought to Space 22, a series that went on the ABC a number of weeks ago that I think for many of us in the profession really captured what we believe in around the creativity, the use of creativity, but the healing power within mental health. Today we're sitting in her amazing studio. We've already been greeted by puppies and colour and wonder, but the beautiful Nuala. Nuala, welcome to Kids Express Conversations.
Thank you so much. You're an absolute delight and I feel very comfortable in your presence.
Oh, I'm just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your background in terms of art therapy, the work that you do, but also how you ended up on Space 22.
Yeah, it was an amazing opportunity. Those 7 people, they were the ones that were so courageous to follow through with the commitment to stay on that program for the observational documentary. And for me, it was an accidental, they stumbled across me. And I knew that it was I knew that I needed to be on there. I knew that that was for me. I'm a therapist, I'm an artist, it all fitted in together. And I was excited, but I had no other thoughts, no kind of like, oh, it's going to be TV, people are going to see me. I didn't do any of that. It was just like, no, I want to be with those people. I want to be on the journey with them.
What's coming to mind for me is with Kids Express, we do group therapy, we do individual therapy, we do dyad, but what you were able to beautifully represent, I felt as well, was it was essentially group therapy, but you individually met every single participant where they were at in the process that they chose, even though you included the music and the art and they were doing, there was kind of art forms that you introduced, but that ability to meet people where they're at rather than going, I want you to do this where I want you to do it and you will do it, was really evident. And I think for us working in mental health, working with children, it's incredibly important that we don't run the script.
The benefits too of being engaged with the expressive arts is that it creates new cells, new brain cells. So we've got neurogenesis, and we need neurogenesis for neuroplasticity.
Yeah. As a professional in this field, being trauma informed is incredibly important because we need to understand trauma.
Yes, we do.
And so I'm wondering if you could sort of talk that through a little bit more, because when we are working with, so it can look really lovely working with the arts, but the science that goes to what we do is incredibly important and the need to be trauma informed. So could you talk a little bit more to that, the importance of that?
It's kind of embarrassing in a way that we actually have to say that we're trauma informed. It should be. It should just be. In our standard training, we should be trauma informed. But moving away from that little controversy, trauma-informed is to understand what a person's nervous system is going through, for example, what their capacity is, to build their capacity. In a trauma-informed approach in therapy, we work with safety and stabilization first. We don't go straight into processing. Processing is where a person journeys into those unresolved, memories. How would you like to come to therapy? And they ask you straight away, okay, let's go to the issue. And the issue is some, horrific event, and they wanted it spelled out before they feel that they can help. That's not trauma informed.
No.
It's building. First of all, the person needs agency. They were already when the trauma happened, they were not in control. So and they're also not comfortable with their body. They don't want to go there because that's what feels. So they shut off, or they can express an emotion like, anger or frustration, but they don't feel it. So the two are also different, And building, and I think that the expressive arts can do that, to build connection again with the body, because trauma's in the body. You can't talk your way out of this one. We have to work somatically. So having a brain-body-based approach to healing, which is what expressive arts is. When you look at dance movement, to be able to dance it out, and to shift the energy, because trauma is trapped energy in the body. So we want to move it out. And How do we move that out? It could be through sound. The sound of our own voice is very healing. I mean, we may say, I don't like how I sing, but it's not about singing. It's just about making sounds. It's very nurturing to our nervous system.
The thing that still amazes me is for me to have conversations with people go, well, don't we just wait until, because children won't remember, we'll just wait until they're an adult and then we'll do something if we need to do then. And I'm always like, really? Weren't you a child?
Maybe they don't remember consciously, but everything is remembered, and it's remembered by the body, and it reacts, and then the body reacts and creates behaviours that then we blame the person, but it's not. It's those memories.
Nola, one of the things, you know, a lot of our audience is parents desperately trying to figure out what they can do for their children, for their general well-being, but also parents who are really at their wits' end in terms of being able to support their kids with mental health challenges. And then we've got our teachers who are exhausted in community, but are also trying to find creative ways. So I'm curious what you would encourage or say to our parents and teachers or our society around how to use these creative modalities. What can we do every day?
Every day we could be engaged in cooking. Every day we could be engaged in gardening. Every day we could be, and these are things that are just maybe just around us, you know. To get the child, I mean, we get the, you know, we love sports, right? Why not dance? It's another body kind of movement. Why don't, you know, singing along, even just as a family, just do a little sing-along is a nice thing, playful thing to do. Doing things together as well, like at home, that is to do with doodles and drawing. There's so many fun activities to do. It's not about the, you know, the outcome of sitting down and doing a mindful mandala, right?
Yeah.
No. It's about doing these playful things, not only as a family but also as a community. You can grab your neighbour and it's just a 45-minute activity kind of thing, you know. How will this benefit the child? Connection, emotional intelligence grows. Imagination gets activated, and your ability to think more creatively and problem solve, therefore, is also made more available. So if you want your child to be smarter in numbers and in language, get them to do creativity, get him to be involved in the expressive arts. You know, teachers, it's a little bit tricky because I know that some of the places, you know, with funding and stuff, you know, what's the first thing that goes out? One of the most necessary things, which is the arts. But what can be done is we can get the kids involved in something that they may be able to do at home. You know, not a big deal thing, just a small little something. You know, whether they're doing, you know, the Japanese, you know, paper folding or whatever. And so at least that way they're engaged with something, they can come back into the class with it. And I think if teachers... I just want to cheerlead them and support them to continue advocating for the expressive arts and for that to not be lost. There's great opportunities at schools to beautify all of those walls and engage, you know, art therapists for that matter, or artists, you know, to come and do a mural with the kids, and that could be done as an outside activity. You know, let's not forget the place of humour. Humour is such a powerful healing, used appropriately. Is very powerful because it's human to human, where you can just share something together in that moment and have a giggle, and you just feel totally connected then and so attuned with that person when you can share some, you know, laughter together. When it comes to that idea that I'm not creative, I just want to ask people to really reflect on that, because it's impossible for you to not be. It's just impossible. What they get confused with is like, I'm not an artist. Now, an artist may be professional, and I know in the, you know, kind of everyday nomenclature we talk about, there's an artist in all of us. Well, yeah, maybe, but, you know, some of us choose that as a profession where you earn your income from it, right? But creative, absolutely. Can you, you know, run a line on a page? Yes, you can. And the more that you do it, the more that you repeat it continuously, again and again and again, the more that you will learn of yourself, who you are.
There's something that you just said then that I want to close on is human to human. So from this human to this wonderful human, I just thank you so much for the absolute joy of I've been able to connect with you, to meet you in person, and to be held in this space. It's just been an absolute joy. So thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.